I'm embarrassed to say that after I did my makeup, I probably spent at least 10 to 15 minutes doing this dance in the mirror. I kid you not. Hey guys, it's Lex Marie and I'm back with another video. Today I'm showing you guys this makeup look that you saw in the beginning, and I'm starting off with my Trader Joe's Day Cream. This is my new go-to face cream. I buy them in bulk because if you know Trader Joe, you know you will never see it until the next year that it comes out. So I buy the creams in bulk. I believe it's a dupe for another cream that's out in Sephora, but it just smells so good. It blends so good in my face. And I don't know, I just feel very hydrated. I have combination skin, so I just always want to make sure that my skin is hydrated so I'm not overproducing oil. As you can see, I'm just cleaning up my brows a little bit because they grow back and I damn near have a unibrow when they grow back. So I try to just stay on top of it so my brows don't get overgrown, but I'm just kind of using the blade to cut around the perimeter since I already filled them in, and I feel like it makes a difference. What do you think? I mean, yeah, I just do whatever works. Now that my brows are done, I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty concealer, and I forget which color this is, but I will put it in the description down below. I like to put a brighter color under my eyebrows and then a similar color to my actual skin tone on the top, just so it gives that 90s, 2000s effect and kind of lifts my brows a bit. So I've been doing this technique for a little bit now. I used to put Fawn from LA Girl Pro Concealer on the top of my brows and the bottom of my brows in order to kind of line them, and I looked crazy. I looked like I had a bird on my face. I kid you not. You know that meme with the bird? The brows being the bird? Yes, that was me. So I try to stick with colors that maybe are 2 shades lighter than my actual skin tone and then similar to my skin tone on the top, just so that it blends out nicely when I put on my foundation. I will say if I'm not putting on any foundation, I will use a concealer that is similar to my skin tone. I am not looking for concealers that brighten because it will look crazy. So if you do not wear foundation, try to find concealers that match your actual skin tone versus going 2 shades lighter because it will look crazy with the flashback. Like I mentioned earlier, I have combination skin, which means that I need to make sure I moisturize a lot beforehand and then use a nice mattifying primer, which I just put on. Now I'm going in with my favorite blurring tint. OMG, like you never need foundation after this. This is the perfect light to medium coverage where it looks like, okay, like, you know, she has nice skin, but then you realize, wait, is the girl wearing foundation? Like, no, babes, I'm wearing tint. There's a difference. So it doesn't provide full coverage, which I feel like I only really need when I'm doing a full, you know, nighttime beat. But during the daytime, if I'm going into night, I love to wear this blurring tint, and again, I will put all the colors down in the description box, but this just blends beautifully with my skin tone. And now I'm going back in with the same concealer that I used under my brows for under my eyes, and just to kind of brighten all of those areas. I'm definitely trying to go lighter because you guys have influenced me to do a brighter under eye, and I just want to do it where I feel comfortable. You know what I mean? I want to do it where I feel safe because I don't know, I just feel like it looks so tea online. It looks so tea with a picture, you know, you take a pic, but then in person, I'm like, I don't want to look crazy. You know what I'm saying? So to get that bright under eye, instead of using my handy dandy beauty blender, I went in with a brush, and the brush, you will definitely get more coverage. All right. The brush does not take as much of the product off versus a beauty blender. A beauty blender, you damn near are using 50% of the product once you touch it with the beauty blender. But with a brush, when you lightly pat it in, you probably have 75% of the product still on your face. So I definitely feel like I have way more coverage. And in my opinion, I feel like this blended out beautifully. I don't think it started to dry super quickly, so I had more than enough time to blend it out. But you want to take your time. You want to make sure that you are blending this out correctly and blending it evenly, because you don't want it to look patchy and you don't want it to look like you did not take your time to blend it. You know what I mean? So definitely this is probably going to take you at least 5 to 10 minutes to do. It took me a little bit, so I ended up cutting up the video, but I wanted to show you in real time how long it's taking for me to blend it out. I like to blend from out inward, if that makes sense. So I try to blend that outer piece first, and then I just pull out that inner corner of the concealer as time goes on for more product. I don't get more product, if that makes sense. So you see I have that inner eye concealer. I'm just bringing it outward. I'm bringing all of that outward and up. So it kind of gives me a lift in my face. Now, once you have that all blended, you're gonna go in with this liquid blush, and I'm gonna tell you right now, girls, as much as I love a pink blush, the orange looks so beautiful, you guys. Like that coral orange color, it looks so beautiful, and I feel like this is something I'm definitely just going to slap into my everyday routine just because of how gorgeous it is on my skin. And I know naturally I have a lot of red undertones, so I feel like that's probably why it just looks very flattering on me, but that coral color is just so gorgeous, especially on darker skin tones. So don't be afraid to try, you know, that coral color, orangey color, or even those purples, because I feel like that just looks so pretty versus always going for red or pink, which is what I end up doing. As you can see, now I'm going in with my Huda Beauty setting powder. It's like a loose powder in the color Banana Bread, and I'm just lightly patting that all over my under eye. I don't feel like it's necessary to bake all the time, especially because I was going to go out and it was still going to be daytime. So I'm like, let me just do a little loose setting powder instead of like really baking my makeup. Now I'm going in with my contour stick in an Espresso by Fenty, and listen, need I say more? If you are a girly that does not like a strong contour, like I like a soft contour. If you do not like a strong contour, I would say get a color that's at least 2 to 3 shades darker than your skin tone. Like this is about 2 to 3 shades darker than my skin tone, and it gives me that soft contour, but still it definitely brings out my cheekbones. I feel like I have very nice cheekbones, so this just accentuated it even more, and you'll see exactly what I mean. It's really just the placement of it. Now this is 100% optional because I'm not super big on nose contour, but I just wanted to see how the espresso color would look on my nose. So I just brought it to my nose and just kind of brought the contour color out and blended it with that concealer color that was on the side. And I'm not gonna lie, it was nice. It was nice. I'm definitely going to start putting this in my routine. However, when you do the contour, you need to put a little bit of highlighter or slash concealer, which is what I did. So I went in with the same Huda Beauty concealer in the center of my nose, and I wasn't really going for a slimming effect. I was just more trying to define my natural nose because I feel like my natural nose is fine. So something that I really like to do is build on my blush. So I have a blush that I got from the Sephora collection that is super pigmented. Oh my goodness, I was freaking out because I ended up putting too much on one of my cheeks. Like, Lord help me. It doesn't show up on the camera, but it showed up in person. And I was like, wait, hold on. Let me make sure I blend this out. But I like to layer my blush, you know, cream, and then put the powder on first, or the cream blush on next, and I feel like it just makes it pop even more. Let me know what you guys think. But once you put on the blush, if you're going to put concealer and then blush instead of blush then concealer, make sure you are blending those two things together, because it will look crazy if you just have a demarcation of blush and you don't blend it out with the concealer. So now I'm just going to show you a close-up of my skin texture. You know, we're going to get nice, close, and personal. Hee hee. But I really liked how it turned out. I went in with my 2 setting sprays. Yes, I used 2 setting sprays. I just feel like I needed to be extra secure. So I went in with my wet one, and then I went in with the one size setting spray, which is definitely for the girlies who sweat and the girlies who are just oily. And I just let it naturally just air dry and then go in and do my lip combination. You want to see a video of me just talking about my lip combinations, I will be more than happy to. I feel like NYX should probably sponsor me at this point because I just use a whole bunch of their colors and just mix the combinations. I feel like they are the perfect brand when it comes to just having a good lipstick or good lip gloss. But I didn't want to wear something super pinky. I wanted something more neutral tone. So I went in with that and then just put like a light pink color as the lip gloss and just went in and fine-tuned some things. But let me know what you guys thought about this video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Roll the dice.